A very good evening to everyone present here. It is truly a matter of immense pride and joy for me to welcome you all to this special occasion. I extend my heartfelt greetings to our Honorable Senior Professor Ajay Kumar Singh sir, our respected Director Professor Dr. Mahesh Sharma sir, respected Registrar Dr. R.S. Singh sir, our esteemed guest speakers Mr. Sachin Tiwari sir, respected faculty members, and my dear students. I, Ishita Kashyap, Assistant Professor at DSPSR, feel deeply honored to stand before you today at the 59th online interactive session, which is also the 44th Leadership Development Program by Corporate Mentor, hosted by the Delhi School of Professional Studies and Research, an institution renowned for its commitment to the academic excellence, industry integration, and holistic student development. Today's session is yet another step in our journey of learning and growth, where classrooms extend beyond textbooks and real world leaders inspire us with their vision and experience. Let us embrace this moment with curiosity and enthusiasm. To commence this session on an auspicious note, let us now take part in the symbolic ritual of lighting the virtual lamp. This act represents the removal of darkness and the ushering in the wisdom and enlightenment. May this flame of knowledge guide us toward clarity, confidence, and success in the day ahead. Now, I would request to Arun sir kindly play the virtual lamp video. Arun sir, hello.
वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ कल्याणम् आरोग्यं सुखसम्पदा शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते
Thank you, sir. It is my great honor to welcome our distinguished speaker for today, Mr. Sachin Tiwari, sir, Senior Software Engineer at Optum United Health Group. Mr. Sachin Tiwari, sir, is an experienced software engineering professional currently associated with one of the leading global healthcare technology companies. His journey reflects dedication, perseverance, and a passion for leveraging technology to solve real world problems. With his expertise in software development and corporate leadership, Mr. Sachin Sir brings deep insights into the IT industry, career development, and the evolving landscape of technology driven solutions. His achievements serve as an inspiration for all aspiring professionals to embrace challenges and pursue continuous learning. So, we are truly honored to have you with us today. Your insights will undoubtedly help us shape our careers, students' careers, and understand the leadership qualities required to excel in the corporate world. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you so much, Ashita.
Now, we are equally privileged to have a moderator today, Mr. Vishal Sharma, sir. Mr. Vishal Sharma. Vishal Sharma is a VCOM student at DSPSR with a strong foundation in finance and accounting principles. He has completed specialized training in finance and Excel bootcamp, demonstrating his proficiency in MS Excel, MS Office, and accounting concepts. His passion for continuous learning and excellent communication skills make him an ideal choice to lead the session effectively. On behalf of DSPSR, I again warm welcome to both to both of you. Now, I would like to hand over the session, Mr. Vishal Sharma.
Thank you so much for the warm welcome, Miss Ishita Kashyap, ma'am. And we are happy, very happy to having you here, Mr. Sachin, sir. To make this session even more fruitful for our students, I will now like to ask you a few questions that focus on career growth and student development. So my first question to you is, sir, what inspired you to choose a career in software engineering?
Uh, First, I want to make sure if I am audible to everyone. Vishal, can you confirm if I am audible to you?
Yes, sir,
Yes,
you're
yes, you
audible.
are audible.
Okay. So yeah, thank you, Ashita, for inviting me for this event. I would be happy to share the experience which I have for the corporate. So Vishal, as you suggested, like what inspired me to choose a profession as a software engineer, I would say that the career is not a pre-decided event. It's decided in the motion in which you see the society, you see the world around you changing, unfolding. So, as with all of you in starting career, I also thought of to become a scientist. I didn't know what type of scientist. So just reading the books and all inspired me to think of something which would be helpful to the people in a way that it is inventive, it is curiosity filled, and it is something which is kind of giving us a name and fame. That was the starting point. I didn't know that. So after 12th, as I qualified for the engineering and got admission into NIT Jalandhar, by the way, I was admitted as a chemical engineer. So studying there for 1 year has given me the fact that, okay, I'm more suitable for the profession, which is of my taste. So I shifted in my second year to electronics engineering. And this was back in 2016. This was the first time when Geo was introduced with the free internet services. So we all of a sudden we have access to internet, which was before a privileged event. That gave us a lot of different scope actually in software engineering. There was hackathon, there was different problem solving assessment going on there. So that way progressing, I would say that in third year, I decided to choose up as the career profession as a software engineer. 2019, I have been selected in United Health Group as an intern. There, I got exposure to corporate services as well. That somehow confirmed my conviction to become a software engineer, and thus I'm here serving for the last 5 years in the United Health Group, starting as an associate, then software, then currently as a senior software engineer.
Yeah, that's impressive, sir. So my second question is, during your college years, what skills
Mhm.
or activities helped you the most in your professional journey?
Okay. So at our time, there was one subject which was common in engineering. If you might have known, there are actually 4 year of curriculum. The first year is same for every branches. So there was introduction to computer sciences there. There was a basic coding part of C, C++, which we do currently. It's kind of coding language for those who don't know. So actually, I had an experience prior to that in my class 12th also for that. That inspired me to grow on that. And once you are in a college where there are a lot of people with a different diaspora, with a different diversity, languages and all, that inspired you to choose something which make you stand out, right? So there is one thing. There used to be a lot of hackathons. There used to be a lot of problem-solving assessment for the coding itself. So I gradually participated in that, and that's yeah. I would say that first it was a hobby, then it got changed into my passion, and then again a profession.
Yeah, that's great, sir.
Mhm.
So my third question is, how important are internships for students in today's competitive job market?
I would say that internship are very important. Uh, to get into a renowned, I would say, reputed corporate institution or organization, normally MNCs or there are very good Indian companies also, which are currently having a edge in the software engineering. You need to have some entry point, right? Either college can provide you that entry point, either some competitive exams can provide you the entry point. There is some senior. If you are very good in building the network, LinkedIn also has a help. So in all this, internship help you pave the way into an organization. Every organization want one thing from person. That is, if he is really suitable to solve the things or not. If you're doing the internship, you already have an edge with people who didn't, right? It will provide you an opportunity to grow in the corporate perspectives, learning along with the professions. So I would say that always strive for internship. If you are getting, always strive.
Okay, sir.
Mhm.
So, what technical skills do you recommend to students learn to succeed in the IT industry?
Okay. So if you want to go to the industries, which are typically, so IT industry is a very big prospect, right? There are product development part, there are core coding part, there are a business administration part, there is management part, there is leadership part, there is operational part as well of IT. So you see, as big the organization get, the bigger is the part, the bigger is the chance to get into an organization, right? As I'm there with the proper tech consultant there, so I would suggest that to start with there, have some basic knowledge of understanding of computer and the language. Any of the language is okay. So C, C++ are there. Currently, Python is in trend, in lot of trend currently. There is Java platform also. These are basically a language which will help you understand the whole diaspora of computer sciences and get your entry into the tech fields. So there, if you start with the language, once you understand the language, you can understand the different skill set required, right? As a, there are different kind of role which you can play in IT. There is a software engineer, there is a full stack engineer, there is a consultant, architect kind of role. So all roles start with one thing: learn a language, then learn a platform, then learn a skill.
Thank you so much, sir. It was very knowledgeable.
Thank you.
So, as we all know, soft skills are also important as well as the technical skills. So,
Mhm.
apart from the technical skill, what soft skill should students focus on to become successful professionals?
Okay. So yeah, as you rightly said, soft skills are a lot important factor than imagined, than being said, right? Soft skills can give a wide perspective. Like most of the people think that it's about talking. I don't say it's about talking. It's about making people who is in front of you understand what you are saying, right? I would just give you an example. If you are going to somebody who has a higher authority or responsibility in any organization, say in your college, there is a director, there is a registrar, right? They have a lot more responsibility than as a college student, right? What do they want from a person who is coming to them? You as a person, if you want to go there, you want to make something pitch to them, you want to make them understand something which you want to do. How do you think that you can do? That's where soft skills matters, right? So one very simple thing to go with that is that respect their time. Whatever the time they are providing you out of the very busy schedule, right? Let's say they are giving you 5 minutes, make sure that you make the full utilization of that time. How can you do so? Make your proposal very simple. You don't require much of the skills to speak out. You just require the skill to clear out what you are saying, right? Make the things, whichever you are learning, whichever you want to pitch in, simple, write it down, utilize the time and tell them. There is a process of telling also, right? Soft skills involves that. First, tell them what you want to do. Then, if they ask, go deeper into that. What basically we do is that we start with completing everything what we know. That's not the way to go. There is a simplicity and there is a clarity which help us. That's the basic soft skill we can start with.
That whatever you said, it was truly right. So, as we all know that some students believe that academics is everything and they don't work on skill building. So,
Mhm.
how can students balance academics and skill building activities effectively?
Okay. Okay. So I think when you say academic skills, it means that whatever you are being taught in the college, right? So if you go through the things academically, you would get very sound in theories. Whatever you know it by heart, right? That's what a good academician need to know, right? There is one thing different is the application part. You know all the theories. You need to apply that, right? You know that talking can solve the problem that you can learn from any sociology classes. But how to talk is a way to learn. So if you are asking me to balance out the things, I think the simplest thing is to start with the curiosity. You know something, you are not sure how it is applicable in the real world, start asking questions. Go to some people, pitch it, and I would say that be shameless in that thing. If you don't know whether it is good, whether it is wrong, whether it is right, don't strive to be right. Just strive to be curious. It will force you to speak up, to be confident, whatever else you want in the soft skills. It will start all with the curiosity. Have a curiosity to speak out. I think that would help you out.
Thank you so much, sir.
Mhm.
So, Different students take BBA as a course in the college. As we all know, it is a non-technical degree.
Mm-hmm.
So how relevant is coding knowledge for these type of students?
Okay. So any of the course which requires administration part, right? Whether it is BBA, whether it is MBA, I would explain you from the corporate level, right? Whenever the people who have these roles, they come into the corporate organization, what they are expected to do, right? You see the hierarchy of the corporate as this way. There is a higher hierarchy which ideate on the thoughts, which decide like what we need to do. Okay. Then there are a core technical developers who know how to convert that things to some software development part. Just give me a minute.
Yes.
Okay. So what you know is that in the corporate ladder, there is a one person or a group of person who is deciding on what to do. Okay. There is a person who know what to do, right? Like who can convert your thoughts, whatever you are thinking of, in a set of, you can say the coding tools, software tools, which you can help to gain out whatever you wanted. There is a one middle layer. They are called as business analysts, product manager, product developers. What they do is that they convert the ideation thought back into the thought of the coding developer people. Okay.
Okay.
So if you think, I would just give you an example. Many of the people use Swiggy, right? There is a there is a vision by the whoever is the founder of the Swiggy. They thought that they would need to deliver something to the people just by the click of the mobile button. Okay. And there are people who have developed all the application and all. But it is not the whole truth or no whole theory of the Swiggy as a corporate. What they needed is that there was a person who understand the thought of the people, explain them to developer in a simpler terms, or you can say more technical term to them. Whatever is the business language, convert it into the technical language, and then help them solve the problem. This is where the BBA part, MBA part, they all come in. They know the process and they convert the process, they solve the technicality and give it to the people. I think that's where it comes. So if you ask me of the coding language, right, I won't say there is an explicit coding language required, but at least you know how the things work, right? Like if you know the AI, you don't need to know what is machine learning or what is deep learning to work on that. You just know what are the prompts you can use to get the result. That's what the information you need from the coding perspective. Know how things work. Don't know how to make the things work. Just know how the things work. It's okay. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. It was really a wonderful example that you gave. So, do certifications in emerging technologies really help in landing jobs?
Uh, See, landing jobs is all about what you know. Okay. Whenever you are in front of a person, or let's say you come to me and say that, okay, please refer me in organization or something, or wherever you are going, what they expect from you is that they already have a lot of tasks to do, right? Corporate is all about structure. They have a lot of work to do and they want to do it systematically. And what they need people, like what kind of people they need is that they require a minimum maintenance, minimum learning so that they can be onboarded and they can perform whatever they are expected to do, right? To do so, whenever you are saying the certification in emerging technologies, if you go there putting up in the resume like, okay, I have a certification in, let's say, AI, right? If I'm going to hire you, I would ask you a question like, okay, so you know the certification, so you can help me on the part which requires a AI development or which requires some products which require AI, right? Emerging technology, if you say there is blockchain, there is AI or something, right? So what I would say is that uh, if you do the certification for the knowledge it provide, not for the sake of certification. Okay, because if you are putting something in the certification, you are going to ask, you are supposed to know about that. Know for the knowledge. If you have a skill, there is no problem in getting entry into any organization, I would say.
Yeah, that's true, sir. I think the knowledge matters most than the certification.
Correct. Hmm.
So, there are various students with no prior coding background. So,
Mhm.
how they can start their journey into IIT?
Okay. You want like if a person who is not into the IT background, they want to get into the IT background, right?
Yeah, actually, having no coding background.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So my first question would be, why do you want to get into an IT, right?
Okay.
It may be curiosity, it may be compensation, it may be the work balance it provide in the organization, it may be the hierarchical structure, or like you want to work into the emerging technologies, you want to have something to build for, to think for, right? There are a lot of reasons. I'm not gonna ask for reason, I would just generalize how do you get an entry, okay? First, decide what you want to do. Do you want to work with the senior managers or senior leadership who is involved in getting into the ideation part? Like they want to ideate what you need to develop. What is the vision? How are you making progress into a particular product? What new features you're gonna install into a product, right? If you want to do that thing, I think the business administration course is best for that. Okay, whatever that you're doing bachelor's, you are going for master's, it's okay. Do that, get the entry and do the work. The second part is that you want to get entry into the coding part, right? There are two ways. First, I explained is that at least you know one language to get the entry, right? There is a second part, which is currently an emerging technologies. So what we call it as a low code technologies. What it requires is that there are persons who don't know how to do the coding, how to do the core coding, I would say, using the languages like JavaScript, Python, C, C++, C Sharp, .NET, and all that. So if you want to get into the entry into IT in the coding part, there is a low code platform. There is Power BI, there are Power Pages, Power Applications, Power Automate by Microsoft, and all. What they do is that they would help you get into doing the IT work, same as the what the coding people do, but in terms of using the less and less code. It's like drag and drop. You want to create a picture, either you should be very good at drawing something, either you should be good at cutting and clipping it, right? Cut from newspaper, clip it somewhere, clip it somewhere. It is the no, low code part. You already have a built-in component, you go there, you combine them to learn. So I would say to get into the entry into the coding part, learn some certification from Microsoft. So there are a lot of certification. You go for Azure, you go for Power BI, Power Application, Tableau, and all. So there is scope to get entry.
Okay, sir. So, as you all know that today's time LinkedIn is playing a very crucial role. So, how can students build a strong LinkedIn profile to attract recruiters?
Okay. To build a LinkedIn profile, you need to have few things. First thing is that research on what is going on in trend, not in every trend, where you want to get the entry, right? So I would tell it from the software development perspective. You can generalize it for any organization or anything you want to get an entry into. First thing is that know what is getting latest into that. Okay, that is the first thing. Second thing is that what all companies are, working on that thing. You can similarly go to the profile like software development profile, search. There are a lot of companies come in there, right? Go there, search like what they are doing. Okay. Third part is that go to the employees who are working there already and have a lot of views, lot of connections. Skim through their profile, get the crux like what they are learning upon, what they have inputted in their LinkedIn profile, what are the skill sets they have, generalize 4 or 5 skills, add it up there, resolve it. You would have a very good LinkedIn profile to start with.
Okay, sir, that was really great. So, now I have some questions related to your career.
Mhm.
Okay, so my first question is, what challenges did you face during your early career and
Mhm.
how did you overcome them?
Okay. So early career, if you go into any of the organization, like I have went to the organization which was whole oriented to the software development part, and I haven't been the core, I would say the core academician for the computer sciences. My branch was electronics engineering, right? So everything was new to me. How you are getting the HTML, how you are going to get everything deployed, get the website up and running. I didn't know anything about that. So it was like there is a time crunch. If you go into the corporate, everything is time bound. You have to deliver something in with respect to the time. If you have been given the time for 1 month, you have to do that. They have a, you can say, time bound authority to do the jobs or the task. So first thing was the time management part. You have to do the learning, you have to do the job getting assigned to you, and you have to do it in the time. That was the initial challenges. I would say that to overcome this particular challenges, you need to be innovative in the sense like there are few tasks which can be performed in a lesser time but requires a learning part, right? Second thing is that we should you should have a very good googling skills. Almost every information is there on Google. You need to know how to extract that information, right? So you can keep pace with your learning. You can utilize whatever the job which has been provided to you and come up with that. Once you are getting accustomed with the technologies you are working upon or the project you are working upon, you would gradually get the idea, okay, the project is working like this. I can make the modification in this. These are the later stages. First stage is that spend your time learning, spend your time uh, building up the connection with the people around you. And the most important thing is that ask for help. If you don't know anything, go there, ask for people. There are a lot of people who are going to help you. You can't succeed, you can't progress anywhere by yourself alone or being an individual guy. Go for the help, ask for the people, work in coordination.
I think, sir, whatever you said right now will help the students here to do well in their career.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm eager to know that what does your typical day as a senior software engineer looks like?
Okay. So if I would say the typical work day is like, we have what we call as a sprint. A sprint means you have a set of tasks defined for yourself, which you need to perform. So every morning we are gonna have a group meeting with the teams, and we are gonna explain that okay, we are working this task. This will require some more times. There are some blockers to it, like there are some hurdles to it. We need to resolve it and to move on forward. That is what we call as a sprint. It's, you can say, a kind of collaboration meeting where we explain what we are doing. Then there are some work which you need to perform by yourself, like a core coding task or to develop the feature of a product or something. Then, as you progress on in your career as a senior engineer or you are going for the architect position, what you need to do is that you need to manage the task itself. Like there is nobody who is going to say to you, okay, do this task, or they are coming to you, okay, Vishal, I have this task, do that. No, what they expect is that you should identify what is the task. You should divide the task between your colleagues, between your people, and get it done. That is what called as an innovation part in that. So what you need to do is that you need to brainstorm on that idea. If you have any feature, discuss with your manager, discuss with the leadership, discuss with director or the colleagues around you, maybe your juniors also. And what you need to do is that align the task. If you have been working in a corporate, you know who is good at what. That is a very primal thing which you know, and distribute the task accordingly. Some person may be very good at talking with people. Some people is very good at doing the task by getting alone. So give them a feature which requires only one person to develop, right? You need to think about this. You need to make every people work and you to make them work efficiently. So provide it in that way. So kind of you can say a managerial task is required as a senior engineer. And then there is a ideation task. What we do there is that with the senior leadership, I explained earlier, right? There are few people who are involved in ideation part. They decide like what's going to be new. So you need to have a meeting with them, discuss with them. Okay, we need to do these things and that things. Then there is a fourth part. So like our organization is a multinational organization. So we have some people working in Philippines, some in Ireland, some in Puerto Rico. So you need to collaborate with those people according to their timeline, have a meeting set up. If you want some information, you can't expect anyone to give it to you. Search for them who can give you, ask with the people, go to them and say that, okay, I need this. What you need to get it to me, like that. So what you say that if I would try to divide my work for the whole day, it's around 30% coding part and 70% discussing, collaborating, ideating and all. So as you say now, I would say that soft skills, this is where it matters, right? That's 70% of the part. 30% is skill only. But 70% you require to talk, you require to have a discussion with people. That's the way.
Okay, I think management abilities plays a very crucial role at every place.
That's correct.
Okay, so what are some key qualities you think that make a great leader in the tech industry?
Okay. So you need to understand one thing when you are going for a tech organization or any organization which is very big. So for those who don't know, United Health Group is Fortune 500 grade 3 company. So on the basis of revenue, it comes third after Walmart and Amazon, I think. So it's on the third position. Why I'm saying is that it means that the scale on which our organization is working is very vast, very big actually. Okay. So the responsibility of people who are managing it is actually very big. And how do they do is that there are two kind of tasks. One is a structured task, one is unstructured task. A structured task means that let's say you have been given a set of forms and you need to divide the forms basis on the branches for which it is submitted. Okay, for admission procedure, we get a lot of forms and you want to divide it basis on the branch. What you do is that you would define a structure that there is a field in the form by the name branch. Go there, search for it, and make a list of that. Okay, this goes for the BBA, this goes for MBA, this goes for BCom and all. Okay, that is a structured plant. You already have a structure, you need to work on that. Okay, what is unstructured is that thing. If I ask you to develop that form, I would tell that, okay, Vishal, go develop a form for admission. We should have all the, the, you can say the fields and values required for that. Okay, this is unstructured. You don't know what to include. What you need to do is that where the innovation part come. That's where the leadership come. What they do is that they ideate the process. If you have a structure defined, you can give it to any people, train it to them. That's what operational part we say, that you defined a statement of procedure. Statement of procedure means a document which define how to do a work. There is a structured way, you give it to people, train them, and they can work. There is no much thought involved. But to design a firm, there is a thought involved. That's where leadership comes. And if you come from the tech background, what you need to do is that most of the work which is getting done there are basis on the pure innovation. It requires mind to work. It's not something which is like given to you and you have to just perform basis on a process. So to be a leader in the technological field, you have to understand that if you say something that, okay, the task can be done, it means that they can think of a process to make it done, but not sure that it will be done on time. So you need to be kind, you need to be empathetic on that part. Second thing is that you need to be very clear and very simple. If you want somebody to do work for you, you need to make sure that they understand what you need to work. You need to define to them timeline. Okay, Vishal, I need this to be completed in 1 week or 2 week. Okay. And these are the things what I want as an outcome. Okay, so you need to be clear, you need to be straightforward, you need to be defining, like you need to be kind on that part. Fourth thing is you need to delegate the task that I explained earlier, right? You need to know people who do the work, delegate it. I think that's a simple way to start.
Yeah, it was truly helpful, sir. So, as we all know that technology has developed a lot today and AI taking place for everything. So,
Mhm.
how do you see the role of AI and automation shaping the future of IT jobs?
Okay, yeah, you are very true on this fact that AI has got the, you can say, lot of limelight in the current future, especially after the introduction of ChatGPT back in
Yes,
2020. Okay, so the thing is that yes, it is changing the landscape of the job. What it is changing, it a matter of you can say quite deliberation. I would say it is quite new to think of that particular things. So, but one thing is gonna change is the structured part. If something can be structured, it can be done by AI, right? If you define a simple steps which can be done, so that can be replaced by AI. That's plain and simple. So what I would say is that don't just stay for something which is very straightforward, which doesn't require your mind to work. What AI can't do is that to ideate something, to structure something, to formalize something. Why it can't do that is that it needs something to start with, right? Let's say you have some idea. You want AI to work. First, you need to give it the prompts to work upon, right? How you can give the prompt is what required from a perspective of a, you can say, a senior leadership or a person who has taken an entry or who is a business analyst, as from your profiles, right? BCom and BBA and all profiles, you can say. What I would say is that yes, AI is changing. It is rapidly changing the scenarios. But what it is changing is that whatever is very clearly defined, very clearly maintained, that doesn't require mind too much work, that's gonna change. As I have explained earlier, like there are a rote coding part, I would say, using the language you are coding something, and there is a low coding part. Low coding means you know a basic of language, you are just cutting and pasting something, creating a website. You can go to Hostinger, you can go to some of the new websites and create a website in just a minute or something, Shopify and all. What is not changing is that if you are, let's say, creating a Shopify website, it will give you, okay, there is a list of product, go there, do that. But what you can't do is that how to set up a dark stores, how to set up a delivery fleet to carry on the things, how to make sure that supply chain management is good, that product is coming from right from the farmer to your dark store to the customers, right? These are all the procedures. AI can't do that. What AI can do is it can build the app, but behind it, the thought we can't replicate as of now. I would say that's the part where we should, I would say, the focus much to start with.
Okay, sir.
Mhm.
So, in your opinion, what will be the most in-demand skills in the next 5 years?
Okay, I think the most demand skill, uh, not in the next 5 year, currently also, it is how good you are at problem solving. If you have been given some problems, how you are structurizing it, how you are solving it. Second thing, if you don't know how to solve it, how to make others solve it. That is the managerial skill, that is the administrative skill, that is leadership skill, right? Third part is that how are you communicating it? So one profile which never gonna get affected, which never gonna get changed by any of the advent of AI is the sales profile, is the consultant profile, okay, is the architect profile. What they do is that they don't do the work, they define the work, okay, what you need to do. Like if you are going to the sales profile, right, or you are going to the product profile, what you need to do, you need to sell your product. AI can't help you with that, correct? You are going to develop a product, you need to define what to do. AI can do what to do, but actually the work perform, you need to define. So these are the part, I would say, the middle management part, and middle management, and you can say upper management also, who decides, who defines. These two part, I think, we need to focus upon much and much in the current scenario, also in the coming 5 years also.
Okay, sir, it was really knowledgeable.
Mhm.
So, everybody says that your network is your net worth.
Mhm.
And so, what do you think? How important is networking in building a successful career?
I would totally agree with that. The reason being that, yes, networking is good. There are two ways to get yourself known, right? One thing is that you do something which is totally out of the world, totally out of the world. You get viral for it, in the common term, I would say, or you can say you get popular for it, and then you are getting recognized. That's a very difficult process. Second process is that there is one person who know about you. He knows or she knows what you can do, what you can perform well, and he knows some person who can utilize your skill. Correct? That is networking. Networking is an easier way to get recognized, to get entry into anything. And I think with the advent of the lots and lots of social networking sites, the business networking sites, it is making the things easier, right? I would say that you can move somewhere with some speed, but with the networking, you can move there by 100x speed, by 10x speed. Okay. So the best part is that to network with the people. And like most of the people who have a low confidence, or they are kind of a introvert or ambivert persons, they feel difficulty at that part, that okay, if I am introvert, I can't talk to people, and then I can't get a networking, right? I would say that simple word is that you don't need to talk, you need to chat. That's a simple thing. Go to the LinkedIn, search for the profiles, ask them, be shameless in chatting at least, right? Say to them, okay, I want this help, please help me. If he can't, there are thousand more people with the same profile who can help you, right? And believe me, people are very kind and they can help you. So first thing what you need to do is that be curious. Second thing is that be shameless in asking questions. Be shameless wherever you are required to do something. Go there, ask people, get it resolved. That can help you go anywhere, whether you are an introvert, whether you are an ambivert or extrovert itself.
Okay.
Mhm.
Actually, sir, I am also an introvert and I also find it difficult to approach someone.
I
So,
can't find you introvert. You're talking very good. Mm.
so whatever you said, I think it will help me a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you share an instant where leadership made a big difference in a project you worked on?
Hmm. Yep. Okay. I would give you a very recent example, which I have been working upon. Uh, there is some of the projects. What basically we do is that inside the organization there is a lot of parts which require development, right? They are not structured. There is something which you can say very complicated in that you need to resolve that. Okay. So what it does is that it flows. Leaders know what is the issue, and what they do is that they ask other leader if they can help them. Don't think that leader can do things by their own. They ask for help. Even if you go on the top of the hierarchy, they ask for help from people. Okay. So there was one recent thing like there was one task in Philippines which was getting performed, and what they wanted is that they wanted simplification to be done. They provided us with the work and the load to perform the task. And looking on the task, it was very, you can say, very poorly defined. We need to work on that. We need to resolve on the purpose. There is one thing, there is a time constraint, right? You need to deliver some product in 1 month, say, in say 1.5 months to do that. And you know for the well that you can't do, you don't have bandwidth to do that. Or you can say you need to learn on that part. You need to have a discussion with people to get it resolved if there is some issue with that. Okay. In the simpler terms, there are complications to do the work so that it can't be completed in a given time frame. Okay. So where leadership can go is that they can understand. They can't, you can say, the force things on you. Okay, leadership should be empathetic. They should understand from the perspective of a person who is below them, right? They should understand, okay, and they should try to draw a line between what's their expectation and what is the, you know, can say the realistic expectation we have. Okay, what they can do is, okay, if you can't complete in 1.5 months, but we have a deadline for 1.5 months, do one thing, develop these features in 1.5 months, and for the rest we can have a more time. That way, you see, they have simplified the procedures, they have met the deadlines also, and they have reduced the workload also. You see what the leadership is doing. They are reducing the, you can say they are simplifying the work. That is the expectation. They are empathetic, they are simplifying the work, they are making the things clear also. They are getting the things delivered, they are getting the things resolved, right? I can say that's a curious leadership skill which I have seen in the recent days in my organization.
Yeah, I think, sir, everybody should work on the leadership skills. It will help them a lot in the future.
That's exact.
Okay. So, how does Optum as an organization encourage leadership development?
Okay. So you see, every bigger organization, there is a hierarchy there. Okay.
Yes.
Hierarchy means that you need to start from some place and then gradually your position will increase. Along with that, your responsibility will increase, right? I would say the basic part, it is not, you can say specific with Optum, it is with every company, is that uh, there is a way to progress, right? What is the progress? You can say KPI, key performance indicator. What they define is that from the starting of the year, they would give you, okay, Sachin, you are expected to do these tasks. At the end of year, there is a review. They would check, have you completed all this task? If you have completed, it means that you have done something. They provide rating to you. One out of five, they would give you a rating. Basis on the rating, in 1 year or 2 year, you would be decided to get up the progress bar. You can say the leadership ladder there. Okay.
Yes.
These are the common things which happens in every organization. Now, for the leadership part, you need to do something different, right? If you go through this progress bar, it will need much of the time to even progress on one ladder, right? What you need to do is that you need to be helpful. Everybody want to be helped, right? What they want is that they have a lot of tasks. You come there, you resolve their work, and they are happy to go with. Okay. What you do is that show the exertion that you can help people in much way, in much of the bigger responsibilities than you are currently doing. Correct. So increasing in the leadership means that you are not learning leadership. You are getting more and more responsibility. You are getting accountability for the work you are doing. And people won't give you responsibility until and unless they are damn sure that you are doing the work properly. Right? The simplest thing is that show them that you can do. To progress, Optum what provides is that they provide a lot of hackathons. They provide a lot of, you can say, internal reviews. There is one, they call it internal job promotion. What you do is that if you are working in some place, you want to go to some other places, there are training skills also. They would train you, they would progress you that to that part. So I think, yeah, Optum is doing a lot of things to care for the career progression of a particular employee.
Okay, sir. So, what advice would you give to students who want to transition from academics to corporate life very smoothly?
Okay. Uh, I won't say that total smoothness is possible. There
Yes,
would be some hiccups, there would be some changes which would happen in your life, and I think that's a very normal thing to go with. The reason being that change is only constant. It is commonly said, right? The only constant you can have in your life is the change. Nothing else. You can't have like a completely peaceful transition. What can help you to go with that to better avoid the surprises? Okay, you're definitely bound to have surprises. It's better that you minimize it. How you can minimize it? That the first question which you have asked me, right? How internship helps? What internship help you is that they help you provide a cushion when you are jumping into the corporate. They would give you the feel of the corporate without actually giving you the responsibility, right? So go for the internship wherever you find it. If you are getting the opportunity to for the internship, go there, have it. Second thing is that learn the skill which are very common. I have shown you the procedure from the LinkedIn how you can get the information, right? Third thing is that ask the people who are directly in the corporate. Talk with the people who are in corporate, how they are struggling, what is the profit they are getting from corporate, what are the, changes which they are expecting. This way, you can't have a direct experience, but you have a, I would say, a virtual experience of the things, right? That would be the smoother transition. And there is one more thing to start in the corporate, start connecting, start learning. These are the only two things. You're focusing on academics, it's very good to go do that. The only thing for the next procedure is that learn something which is, I would say, the street logic you have, the common sense you have. Go around the people, talk to them, you would get to do something.
okay, sir. It was truly fruitful. So, my last question and one of the most, I think, important one, work-life balance. So, how do you handle stress and maintain work-life balance in such a demanding industry?
Okay. uh yep, it's true that IT is a very demanding job.
Yes, sir.
The thing is that the work which you have been given to perform in an IT core job is like they're very time bound. You need to complete it in a given moment. And the second thing is that you need to be innovative. You need to think while doing it. It's not completing a homework, 30 pages homework, right? You need to think of what you are writing in the 30 pages. That requires a time, that requires a doing. So, work life balance, I would say, is that first start with learning. There are two or three phases. As with everything, there is a youthful phase, there is a mature phase, there is a old phase, right? In the youthful phase is like when you get into an organization or when you get a new project, you get a new job, right? What you need to do is that there is everything there is new to learn. Okay. So at that time, don't think of balance, think of learning. Okay. Maybe 1 week, maybe 2 week, what you are required is that you are required to know everything about it, how it works, how many people are working it, what are the challenges you are getting. Is there anyone who has earlier work on it? Go there, help them. Like 1 week, go there. That is a youthful stage. You are young, you are thinking about the things. Then comes the mature stage. You know what to do, you know what the obstacles are coming that come with the time. That's where the work-life balance start, right? In the common world sense, what you need is that first learn things. Second is, if you don't know, like work life imbalance starts only when we try to do everything on our own. If you are having a problem, like let's say they are giving you 1 week or 2 week and you think that okay, the expectation is very high, can't complete in that time frame, speak out. Tell to them as early as possible that yeah, this is difficult, I need to have some bandwidth, I need to have some gap to complete it, right? Or help me distribute my task, give it to someone, or help me reduce my task. Okay, I will deliver this in 2 weeks, this in 3 weeks. So what is important is that first decide what you can do. Okay, don't overcommit. Never overcommit. And second is thing, be early in your asks as possible. As you slow down, okay, you have been given a job today. If you are coming 1 week later, okay, I can't do it, that will give you a very bad impression about you, right? First thing is that, okay, give me 1 day, I will think over the thing, and then I will come with, okay, there are list of tasks I need to do. What I usually do is that I will explain it to you. If some new project is being given to me, I will list down what all the things which I know I need to do. Okay, now I can't be 100% sure that these are the only tasks which are going to come for me. Okay, what I would do is that I would create a buffer time for myself. There is a 1 or 2 day which I would require, okay, there may be extra task or something else coming up, which I would add it up. Now what you have your timetable ready. Okay, that you need to perform these tasks. Now define the timeline for them. Okay, this task required 2 days, this task required 4 hours, this task required 6 days. What you have clearly defined the task, you have clearly defined the time to do. Okay, the final thing what you need to do is that just go there, pitch them, okay, this is the time frame, this is not getting suitable, please help me with people, with bandwidth, or reduce the feature. That will help you have a work life balance.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your experience and journey. And it was really a good conversation with you, and it was knowledgeable also. So this is it from my side. And if there is any participant who would like to ask something from sir, they can write in the chat box. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, Vishal.
Participants can also ask their question by unmuting their mic.
Hello, Nisha.
Yes, sir. We are truly grateful for the presence of both our distinguished speaker and our moderator. Your valuable insight have made this session highly meaningful for all of us. On behalf of DSPSR, I sincerely thank Mr. Sachin Tiwari for sharing your valuable time and knowledge with us, and Mr. Vishal Sharma for moderating this session so well. My gratitude also goes to our respected dignitaries, faculty members, and students for making this event successful. Thank you all and have a wonderful evening ahead. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank,
everyone. It was
thank you so
very
much, sir.
engaging conversation. Thank you, Vishal. And yeah, I was happy to help you out in any way. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much, Sachin sir. It was such a wonderful session today. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, Vishal.